Katsuki Bakugou X Reader, Chapter 7. They say the clothes make the pros, young ladies and gentlemen, All Might stated as the class began to enter the area. And behold, you are the proof. Take this to heart from now on. You are all heroes in training. As the class finally all came out, All Might commented how everyone looked so cool. Now, shall we get started, you bunch of newbies? Midoriya trailed behind Uraraka, greeting him while All Might seemed to be a little embarrassed. Now that you're ready, it's time for combat training. Sir, Ida said under his mask, holding up his hand. This is the fake city from our entrance exam. Does that mean we'll be conducting urban battles again? Not quite. I'm going to move you 2 steps ahead. All Might responded as he explained the training, saying how the class would be training inside a building, since that is where the worst stuff takes place. The teams will be split into good guys and bad guys, one team having 3 instead of 2 so we do not have an odd team out in the indoor battles. Isn't this a little advanced? Asu asked, putting her finger to her chin. Yeah, this is the first day of combat training, Wyan added. The best training is what you get on the battlefield, All Might told them. But remember, you can't just punch a robot this time. You're dealing with actual people now. As students barraged All Might with questions, Wyan felt something strange in the back of her head. She shook her head slightly, looking back at Bakugou, seeing a slight red tint around him, and then looking at Uraraka, seeing a slight pink tint. She looked up at All Might, seeing what looked like a small rainbow around him, then feeling the same feeling behind her. She looked at Midoriya, seeing the same small rainbow. Wyan, are you okay? Bakugou whispered, elbowing her slightly as he noticed her clearly dazed state. Yeah, I'm fine. I must be sensing energy. Maybe it's quirk energy, since everyone here has a quirk, she thought as she looked between All Might and Midoriya. Wait, why did Izuku and All Might have the same quirk energy then? How strange. Once All Might had explained the situation, it was time to draw our teams. Wyan ended up being paired with Bakugou, which was good for her but not so much for him. Well, looks like I can keep you in check, Katsuki, Wyan stated as she saw Bakugou grimace, a little knowing very well she could stop him instantly. I declare the first teams to fight will be, All Might said as she stuck his hands in to grab the teams. These guys, All Might said this as he held up Team A as the heroes and Team D as the villains. Midoriya had looked over at Bakugou, seeing he was glaring daggers at him. Wyan noticed this and stepped between the two. Don't sweat it, Wyan assured Midoriya, waving Bakugou off. I'm his partner, so you shouldn't die during this course. That's kind of reassuring, Midoriya responded with an awkward chuckle, sweating bullets. Then he clenched his fist and looked at Bakugou with determination. This caused Bakugou to look a little shocked and growl a little. Wyan then grabbed his arm, dragging him to the area they would have to be protecting for the exercise. Young Ellen, young Bakugou, All Might started, causing the two of them to stop as they were entering the building. The key to being successful in this challenge is to embody villainy. Think from the perspective of an evildoer. If things go too far, I'll step in. Got it, Wyan affirmed, nodding as she entered the building. She turned around, seeing that Bakugou looked more irritated than normal at Midoriya. She slapped his arms lightly, silently signaling him to move it. Oh, I'm bad at this. Okay, anyways, wait, where am I? Okay, As they went up their area, Wyan stopped Bakugou while they were going up one of the staircase. You know how All Might said he would step in if things went too far? Yeah, Bakugou snarled in response. Just now, Wyan began glowing her eyes slightly. If you go too far with Izuku, I will step in and stop you. You can't do that. We're supposed to be villains together. Bakugou clenched his fist as he looked up at her on the staircase. Yeah, but knowing you, you'll take things too far and I'll have to step out of the line and stop you once again. Wyan stated, resuming her walk up the stairs. Just now that I'll be watching you. Bakugou clicked his tongue, following her once more up the stairs and to the area they would be working in. Once the two got to their position, looking at the fake nuke they would be protecting, Bakugou stopped and looked at the area they entered from. Wyan, Bakugou growled to get her attention. She responded, pulling her goggles up a little to get a better and natural eye on him. Do you really think Deku has a quirk? You've known him just as long as I have, Bakugou asked her. Honestly, Wyan said, walking up to him, I do, and can see that he does. Wait, how can you see that he has a quirk? He asked, spinning around to face her as he grew slightly confused. I think I can sense quirk energy, Wyan told him, rubbing the back of her head. When All Might was briefing us on the training, my head started to buzz and I seemed to see a faint energies wavering over our classmates' bodies. I assume it's quirk energy because, well, yours was red. After saying this, Bakugou looked at her, crossing his arms as much as he could with his big gauntlets. How do you suddenly know this now? I don't know, Katsuki. Wyan shook her head and looked down at the ground. I don't know. Well, couldn't you do this before? No, hench. Why, I probably looked so bewildered before team drawing today. Well, you're just full of surprises. What else can your quirk do? Read minds? I wish, but I already know what you're thinking. Wyan laughed slightly. What? You want to go after Izuku, Wyan stated, tensing up a little bit. I'm not going to let you go too far. Just remember that I can hear what you hear. She said this while pointing to hers and Bakugou's earpieces. Fine. Just don't get in my way, he growled at her. Alright, let's begin the indoor combat training. All Might announced over the speaker. Team A and D, your time starts now. Stay here, Bakugou commanded as he ran out the door. Where are you going? Wyan asked while opening up a nearby window to let more daylight. To find Deku. Well, honestly, he might have a slight strategy. I'm the best fit to protect the rocket with my quirk. But he's still going to hurt Izuku. I'll go if it gets too bad, Wyan reasoned within her mind. A few minutes passed. Wyan tried to use her new energy sensing ability to try and find Bakugou and Team A, but it's just caused her to have a vicious headache. Ack! She yelped, holding her head and touching a nearby beam, causing her eyes to glow a light blue, suddenly being able to see Bakugou about to sneak attack Midoriya. Wait, Wyan thought, maybe if I touch the building or ground someone's in, I can sense their energy, maybe being able to see it through the building as it conducts my energy. Suddenly, Bakugou attacked, causing a slight explosion, shaking the building a little. I'm going to hurt you so bad that they'll have to stop the training, Deku, Bakugou threatened. I heard that, Wyan snapped through the earpiece, letting go of the beam to stop seeing what was happening. Shut up, Wyan, Bakugou practically screamed through the earpiece, causing her to wince at the loud response. Wyan reached to touch the beam and use her quirk, seeing that Bakugou had been thrown down by Midoriya, which made Bakugou seem a lot angrier. Although she couldn't hear anything, she could see what was going on. It seemed like Midoriya was standing up to Bakugou finally. And although they were opposite teams, Wyan was proud that Midoriya was finally able to stand up to Bakugou. But then she saw that Uraraka had begun running another direction. She's probably going after the nuke. I better get off and stay alert here. Wyan thought, getting off the beam and standing around the nuke. Damn it, you've been tricking me for years, making me think you were weak. You were laughing behind my back, huh? Bakugou screamed. Wyan hearing it slightly over the earpiece and in the building. How is he so loud? Wyan asked herself, shaking her head as she rested her hands on her hip. That guy had some real anger issues. It's kind of scary, Kaminari stated as he watched Bakugou scream at Midoriya. What was that girl, Ellen, doing? She was holding the beam with her eyes and hands glowing blue. Kirishima asked. I don't know, but her quirk has some serious power, Kaminari responded, looking to Kirishima. I've seen her in action, especially when it comes to restraining Bakugou, Ida informed them. Her quirk is insanely versatile, so who knows what she was doing with that beam. Down when Bakugou did a sneak attack on the hero team, Kirishima pointed out, I saw a slight blue glow above Bakugou. Do you think that was her? Do you think her quirk allowed her to somewhat be there or something? I have no idea, Ida said, looking to the screen. She placed first in the entrance exam though, so she's probably not scratching the surface of her quirk's abilities. So this is the chapter 7 of Katsuki Bakugou X Reader. And you can subscribe to my channel and like the videos that I made. And also, nothing more and nothing less. Goodbye, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.